16th Dr. Stone manga volume announced on Friday that the second season of the manga's anime adaptation will premiere in January 2021. The second anime season will focus on the Stone Wars story arc. Wiki and Inagaki launched the manga in Weekly Shonen Jump in March 2017. Viz Media is publishing the manga digitally and in print, and it describes the manga's first volume. After 5 years of harboring unspoken feelings, high schooler Taijuaki is finally ready to confess his love to Yuzuru Hagawa. Just when Taiju begins his confession, however, a blinding green light strikes the earth and petrifies mankind around the world, turning every single human into stone. Several millennia later, Taiju awakens to find the modern world completely non-existent, as nature has flourished in the years humanity stood still. Among a stone world of statues, Taiju encounters one other living human. His science-loving friend Senku, who has been active for a few months. Taiju learns that Senku has developed a grand scheme to launch the complete revival of civilization with science. Taiju's brawn and Senku's brains combine to forge a formidable partnership, and they soon uncover a method to revive those petrified. However, Senku's master plan is threatened when his ideologies are challenged by those who awaken. All the while, the reason for mankind's petrification remains unknown. Having been a fan of Weekly Shonen Jump works for many years, their arsenal of genres continues to bring diversity to its audience. From ninjas in hidden villages to mages from magical guilds, it seems once in a while, there comes a new hot topic for fans to celebrate. Dr. Stone celebrates a post-apocalyptic adventure that serves as a love letter to science, but also brings a refreshing look to its fans. One of the more distinctive features about the anime is the illustrator of the manga. Boichi had previously worked as an illustrator on manga such as Sun Ken Rock, Woman, and more recently, Origin. To see his character designs being animated is a breath of fresh air. In fact, the previews and key visuals demonstrated that Dr. Stone can be translated into the anime medium. Studio TMS collaborated with Crunchyroll to deliver to us a definitive imagination of the post-apocalyptic world. Just as in the manga, the anime takes in a period some 3,700 years after the modern times. Now you can imagine how much potential Dr. Stone can bring with its expansive setting. As with many anime these days, it's becoming easier to judge by the cover, and more so by what to expect from the synopsis. Dr. Stone doesn't hide anything from its fans, as the first episode quickly unravels the depths of its plot. We are thrown into the story immediately as the world seemingly ends and mankind get petrified into stone. It's too bad for a guy like Cookie Taiju, since he was planning to confess his love to a girl named Yuzuru. Then, we meet Senku Ishigami, a brilliant man with a fascination for science. Not only does he have a big ambition to rebuild civilization, he also wants to revive science and discover the truth of the past. Comparing the two characters seems like apple and oranges at first, but as time went on, I grew to appreciate both characters. They share similar goals despite possessing different skillsets. And unmasking the truth isn't an easy task. Combining their talents together brings them closer to discovering the nature of the stone world. However, you may be wondering what Dr. Stone is really aiming for. The answer is quite simple, and that is to explore the idea of science, but translating it into without being dull or forced down our throats. Every idea spawned in the show has a purpose, such as important inventions. Senku's brilliance helps bring technology into the stone world through his innovative ideas. It's clear that his passions goes beyond just curiosity, but genuinely wants to rebuild mankind into a civilization. As the main character, Senku's natural charisma gave me the impression of a leader, someone who is capable of expressing his voice without much bias. Some of his actions may seem manipulative in nature, but deep down, he is a selfless man who applies his logic to help people. However, Senku himself is not just the sole person to keep an eye on. If there's one character to name that stands on the opposite side of Senku, it would be Tsukasa Shishio, a man with a desire to recreate a world without modern technology. Clashing against his personal ideas, Tsukasa serves as Senku's main obstacle and antagonist throughout the show. Similar to Senku, he is also highly intelligent, but also carries a great amount of physical strength. The plot details of his own ambitions, and while not being promoted as much as Senku, we are shown about the true nature of his character. As the cast expands, we are also introduced to Ishigami Village, a community from the Stone Age world where some of the major characters reside in. These include Chrome, Ginro, Kinro, Suka, Kohaku and her sister Ruri, to name a few. The village serves as a symbol of mankind's achievement. It's where we see some of the science at work and inventions brought to reality with the ingenious work of the characters. These include but not limited to food seasoning tools, clothing, shelter, fire, traps, alcohol, gunpowder, iron, drugs, magnets, glass, weapons, and of course, the formula that depetrified humanity. If you think about it really, the ability to make all these made possible may be the closest thing mankind has to a superpower. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to my channel, and press the bell icon to get new video updates and receive more like it in the future. See you in the next one. Bye.